Hi everyone. So, I've been just reading a bunch of stuff on NASA, the space project, all these different things, and asgardians just keep popping into my head. And I decided to push in NASA, Asgardia, and the space program 2020, and I got a bunch of stuff like this. So, here's the first part of what I got. As you can see, it says an asgardian is a species of sapient hominid that is slightly smarter than common humans. They can be distinguished for their very long lifespan. Their average lifespan is usually about 2,000 years, and their knowledge of magical-like technologies they use. They're usually peaceful and gentle toward any sapient species and beings except vampires due to bloody conflicts with them. They are omnivores that feed on the same food as many other sapient species and beings. Well, since I saw that, I decided to make the video. Because an omnivore is an animal that eats either other animals or plants. And they hunt their food, like carnivores eating herbivores and other omnivores. Some others scavenge and will eat dead matter. Many will eat eggs from other animals. Now, to me, this doesn't sound like us, although we will eat dead, because, we kill the food. We cook it, it's dead. And we eat eggs. But, they got to be different than us, because they're talking about vampires, And, yeah, I'm just sharing some information with you. Now I'm going to go on to the next part. And another thing that got me was the magic-like technologies they use. And they're usually peaceful and gentle. Yeah. Okay. That's great. Let's go on to the next part. Okay, this is from The Independent. Asgardia scientists create new nations, state in space, allow people to get citizenship. The project hopes to save humanity from the dangers of space and space from the dangers of humanity. The new space nation of Asgardia hopes to save the human race twice over. First, it will look to protect it from the warfare in space. And second, it will try to keep humanity safe from the dangers of coming from outside of atmosphere, protecting us from threats like space debris and asteroid collisions. Those behind Asgardia hope that creating the country is the first step of a new era in the space age. And they intend to start that by sending rockets to the sky. The country will send its first satellite into space in 2017. From there, Asgardia hopes to open up access to space for commerce, science, and peoples of all countries on Earth. The scientists behind the plan launched it in Paris this week and named it after the city of skies that was ruled by Odin from Valhalla in Norse mythology. It's being led by Igor Azurbiel, or something like that, who leads the Aerospace International Research Center in Vienna and is chairman of UNESCO's Science of Space Committee. But Asgardia was created in consultation with globally renowned scientists, engineers, entrepreneurs, and legal experts, according to those behind it. Asgardia is a fully fledged and independent nation and a future member of the United Nations, with all the attributes this status entails. The essence of Asgardia is peace in space and the prevention of Earth's conflicts being transferred into space. It's also unique from a philosophical aspect to serve entire humanity and each and every one regardless of his or her personal welfare and the prosperity of the country where they happen to be born. Independent nation and a future member of the United Nations, with all the attributes this status entails. Very interesting. Asgardia are already violating earthly laws. The organization plans to launch a data-filled satellite later this year. Already, some of its citizens are uploading copyrighted files to the satellite's website. When the self-proclaimed space nation Asgardia was announced last year, one of its lofty ambitions was digesting and storing the wealth of human knowledge in space. But because its citizens are allowed to upload files to a database due to be launched on Asgardia's first satellite, some of them have been filling it with pirated images, songs, and video for anyone to stream or download. Earlier this month, Asgardia's founder, Russian entrepreneur and businessman Igor, encouraged its 250,000 citizens around the world to upload files to a database that will be launched into orbit on a SpaceX rocket. Your data will forever stay in the memory of new space humanity, as they will be reinstalled on every following Asgardia satellite, orbital satellite constellation, not only in the near space, but also on the moon and anywhere in the universe wherever Asgardia will be. He said this at a press conference in Hong Kong. So its goal is to spread across multiple satellites, the moon, other celestial bodies, complete with its own citizens and legal system. Its constitution states that the space nation respects all the laws of the international treaties concluded by the Earth states and wants to be recognized as having equal status. And it recognizes immunity of commercial secrets and bank secrecy, leading some experts to speculate the project could attempt to act as a kind of off-planet tax or data haven. So, yeah. And it's pretty crazy. Let's see what else it's got here. However, Asgardia ends up, it's set to begin with the launch of its small initial satellite later this year, the Asgardia 1, and it had a recent filing with the U.S. Federal Communications Commission, the FCC. Haha, my goodness. And using global star constellation communication satellites. Anyone agreeing to abide by Asgardia's constitution can become a citizen and upload, look at that, data, a certain amount of data for free, or $10 for, oh my goodness, look at this. My goodness, can you read that? 7,000 uploads. That's in orbit. My goodness. You got to come here. This is the motherboard. So check that out. We're going to go on to another one. I guess this is what it's to look like here. Look at that. Very interesting, isn't it? That's not a human. I don't know if you see that. See that? That's not a human. So it says, Asgardia, the world's first space nation, takes flight. And, started operating in space October 2016. Who it's named after. How many people signed up? Let's see. So, the people of Asgardia will remain based on Earth for now. It's just one step closer to space. Asgardia 1 made its journey to the ISS aboard the Antares at a NASA commercial cargo vehicle. Now he has to wait 3 weeks as vital supplies and scientific equipment are transferred from NASA ship to the 6 people currently living at the ISS. Ooh. See, there's a lot more going on with that ISS and MECI, that's for sure. The nanosat will be detached from NASA vehicle and begin its own orbital journey around the Earth. Citizens' data will remain in orbit for between 5 and 18 months, which is the typical lifespan of the satellite. Then it will burn out and disappear. And the launch fulfills a pledge you made when establishing the space nation to take its citizens to space via their data. There would be a launch, he says. They selected NASA as a reliable partner, and that they have to meet the commitments that he made 13 months ago. All right. So, that certainly doesn't... They're getting everything ready for this place. Look at that. Look at that. Man, is that crazy or what? And look, there's another one of those robotoid things. So there's a rendering of the habitat platform which asgardia envisions sending its citizens to in the future. Oh my. 204 countries people are citizens from, I mean, they have their own constitution. Turkey, the largest number of Asgardians. Look at that. Okay, you guys gotta see this. It's crazy. Look at that. Now we know this stuff is already up there. Look at that. Now we've seen this stuff. "8 years' time." Wow. "Our real home is not the house or the city where we were born. Planet Earth, and we want to protect it. It's not a fantasy. Just going to Mars." Alright. I'm going to wrap this up. This is just something I wanted to share with you. I hope you can see the print on this. So, this guy is a rocket scientist, and he's single-handedly bankrolling the project. He's a Russian. Look at that. 10,000 employees. Alright. I hope you found this somewhat interesting. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it and redo it late tonight, but yeah, this might be good enough. Christina was bored. She wanted me to do a video, so here's your video, Christina. Holographic multiverse. Or angels and demons in the Badlands. Alright, sister, this is for you. Bye-bye.